Did the Chicago Bears find a diamond in the rough with DeMarcus Walker? And is he the leader that this defense needs? We'll talk about all that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So we've heard over the last couple of days of minicamp about DeMarcus Walker and what he's been able to really bring to this defense. Eddie Jackson started it off by talking yesterday at the podium, or 2 days ago at the podium, I should say, on day one. And he talked about how DeMarcus Walker is really getting after guys. He's really out there, you know, not only just making plays, but also calling out guys who are missing their assignment, letting guys know in a very aggressive way that you got to be better. You have to do better. You have to be a guy that's going to be a key part of this defense. And it was funny when DeMarcus Walker ends up going to the podium, because he literally just like looked down and was like, I didn't want that to get out. So shout out to Eddie on that. And it kind of seems like he might be getting after Eddie on that one for letting that one out the bag. I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening from that. But the question on the table is DeMarcus Walker that gem that the Chicago Bears have been looking for, right? And on the defensive end, you have to have that guy. You have to be able to find that guy, because realistically, right, I think of guys like Akeem Hicks, right? That guy that, not that nobody wanted, but that was trying to take that next step. The original team he's with doesn't keep him around. He ends up coming to the Chicago Bears, being a pillar of our defense for years, right? And now you look at DeMarcus Walker, he spent time with the Broncos. He spent time last couple of years with the Titans. Last year with the Titans, of course, being his best season. And you see the production from him. But I think this could be a guy where the production is kind of the addition to what he's able to bring to this team. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. But to me, I look at DeMarcus Walker as a guy who can be a productive player. I mean, we've only seen him have one season with over 7 sacks, but to me, he seems like a guy who's been itching to be a leader on this team, and the Chicago Bears identified that right away. He talked about his time in Tennessee, talked about his time in Denver, and said that, you know, I wasn't the leader, but people would look to me to be the leader in certain moments, right? But I've always had these leadership qualities. I've always had these abilities to go out there and be the forefront guy, but I haven't needed to be. In Chicago, my role is different, and now I need to be that guy. He was already named to the leadership council this offseason, pretty much as soon as he got here. Said that the maturity and wisdom that he learned from Aqib Talib, Von Miller, I mean, it has helped him be able to deal with and prepare for these moments. And it wouldn't surprise me, right? And I think that this is the part where you kind of ask yourself, did the Bears find that diamond in the rough? Because you also have a guy who is incredibly versatile and is going to get his opportunity to be that #1 lead guy here on the Chicago Bears on this defensive line. When you look at what he actually brings to the table, Courtney Cronin brought this out on Twitter. When the Bears signed him, they saw inside-outside versatility with DeMarcus Walker. You hear that he played both, or you've seen him play both left and right defensive end. And this spring, and the coaches like the idea of being able to kick him inside on 3rd down. Bears also sought out Walker's leadership as he's entering his last year, or his 7th year in the NFL. When you see a guy who's not only can be a leader, but also can be that versatile, those are the things that get me excited about having a guy like DeMarcus Walker on this team, right? Because it's something that we've heard talked about with guys like Julius Peppers, and not saying DeMarcus Walker is going to be that big of a guy that, oh my God, right, he's dominating on the other side, but a guy who can move around the defensive line is incredibly helpful, because what a lot of teams will do is they'll just let that guy move around, try to find the weakest defensive lineman, and they will allow him to attack that defensive lineman all night. And the ability for him to be able to kick inside, even on some third down opportunities, depending on what the offensive line is doing standing across from him. I love the versatility that he's able to bring to this team. I think that he is going to help incredibly with the Chicago Bears pass rush. And I look at him as a guy that realistically, by the end of his time here, we could be talking about DeMarcus Walker as a, hey, you know, like this guy paired with Justin Jones was an absolute force on the defensive end. He was somebody who was coming off of the edge and really getting after the quarterback. And he also set the tone for this defense. And it's good to hear that we have those leaders here. We've heard Tremaine Edmonds be talked about as one of the leaders on the Chicago Bears. Good to hear that DeMarcus Walker is that leader on the defensive line. We've looked to Justin Jones to be that the last season, and definitely coming into this season with how he's talking. He's coming in spicy. Justin Jones coming in real spicy. But I think the fact that, right, you have those two guys that are looking to attack, looking to go out there and make a name for themselves. And they're not being, I think even with DeMarcus Walker, right, more so the fact that he kind of talked about his time in Tennessee, where he came in and he wanted to let people get used to him. And then he was going to be more vocal, and then he was going to speak up. And he said he's changing that when he comes here. When he got to Chicago, he came out right away. Boom, this is who I am. I want you guys to know who I am right now. He said, I think Eddie was talking about how he was very aggressive, very vulgar, but letting you know in a leadership kind of way that, hey, you got to make sure you're on your game. Those are the things that make teams better. Those are the pieces that you look at when you start to talk about, okay, how's this defense going to start growing? How are we going to make up for the fact that maybe there are some pieces missing on this defense? And I think the other thing is too, right, all we keep hearing about DeMarcus Walker is the Bears didn't sign it, or about this Bears defense is the Bears need to sign a dominant edge. The Bears didn't sign a dominant edge. The Bears don't have a dominant edge. You don't think that sticks in his craw a little bit? You don't think that that's a little, you know, little poke to the gums every now and then? You know what I mean? Like that is a tough thing to hear when you just signed with a new team and everybody's like, but who's the edge? It's like, it's me. I'm going to be that guy. I came off a 7-sack season. What y'all think? I wasn't coming here to do work. So I think we might be able to get the best out of DeMarcus Walker. I think we'll probably be able to get the best that we've seen out of DeMarcus Walker here in Chicago because of the role that he's going to be in. And he seems like he's one of those guys that's not just a speak the actions into play, but an actual, let me put the actions into place so that you guys know to follow me around as well. But at the end of the day, I want to know how you guys feel, man. Let me know in the comments below. Is DeMarcus Walker the leader the Chicago Bears needed? Is he that hidden diamond in the rough that we were able to find in free agency? I'll be down there talking with you guys as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Bears content. Click the links on the screen and check the links in the description below. We'll have more Bears content coming your way today. As always, y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.